Week 5 is in the books for the NFL, and we had a lot of crazy things happen. So without further ado, we'll react and make takeaways based on Week 5, starting with Thursday Night Football. The 49ers beat the Rams 26-23 despite Brock Purdy being out and George Kittle still being out. I think the 49ers, this is a really good win for them. I think the Rams, they're a great team, but they have a lot of things to clean up. They definitely can't fumble twice in the red zone like Kyren Williams did. And, the 49ers were able to capitalize on those errors by Kyren Williams, and, they were able to escape with a win against their division rival. Alright, and for the Tea and Crumpets game, the Vikings were able to come back against the Browns. And the Browns, they looked like they were going to win this game in the first half. The Vikings, they weren't looking great on offense. And Dylan Gabriel actually looked pretty solid in this game for the Browns, so they might have their guy there. But eventually, the Vikings were able to come back in the second half and win this game with a game-winning touchdown with under a minute to go. So congratulations to the Vikings for getting their third win of the season. Alright, next up we have the Texans crushing the Ravens 44-10, and I definitely expected the Texans to win, but I definitely didn't expect this. They absolutely killed the Ravens. Their offense for the first time all season looked really good, and this might be the start for something good for the Texans. They might be getting themselves back on track. As for the Ravens, they need to fix the defense, and Lamar needs to come back. Because without Lamar, the offense is bad and the defense is bad, even with Lamar, just because he doesn't play on that side of the ball. So, I don't know what the Ravens need to do, but they need to get their shit together if they want to compete. Alright, and next up we have the Panthers beating the Dolphins 27-24. And shout out Rico Dowdle, he had over 200 rushing yards, and he was obviously a big reason why the Panthers won this game. Bryce Young in the second half, he looked more comfortable, and when he looks comfortable, he's not that bad. And if he can just play like that more often, he can be the guy for the Panthers. And as for the Dolphins, Tua, to his credit, had a pretty good game. He had 300-something yards and 3 touchdowns, no picks. This game's not on him. This loss isn't on him. It's more on the Dolphins' offensive line for not allowing Devon Achane to do anything, and that basically was a big reason why the Panthers were able to win this game. And next up, we have the Colts beating the absolute shit out of the Raiders. This game was not close after the second quarter, and, Indiana Jones, he's still balling. I think he's the guy. I think he's proven that it's not just some kind of fluke. He is having a really good season, and credit to him. I didn't think the Colts would be that good, but they are more than proving me wrong. As for the Raiders, they're done. I don't think there's much hope for them. Geno Smith needs to go. I think he needs to retire, honestly, because he's been looking terrible this year. And I think Ashton Jenney and Brock Bowers are great building pieces, but it's what's the point if you're not going to have a quarterback? You need a young quarterback that you can develop. Alright, next up we had the Saints beating the Giants 26-14, getting their first win of the season, and Spencer Rattler's first one as a starter, so good for them. And the Giants, they didn't look too good. They looked good in the second quarter, or they looked good until the middle of the second quarter. And that's where things started to fall apart because the offense fell flat and they had a very bad turnover in the second half where the Saints got a pick 6 out of it. So that basically sealed the game. And I thought the Giants were going to go on a little run with Jackson Dart, but it doesn't look like it. Alright, next up we have the Cowboys beating the Jets 37-22, and don't be fooled by the score, the game was never this close to begin with. The Cowboys, they just beat a lesser team. Their offense looked great as they usually do. The defense gave up a lot of garbage time points, but no one really cares about that. And the Jets, I don't know what to say. They are 0-5, and they're the first team to start 0-5 and not have a single takeaway on defense. It's a bad situation over there, and I really don't think it's going to get any better. All right, and next up we had a big upset. The Broncos were able to beat the Eagles 21-17, and I'm not going to lie, I thought the Eagles had this game in the bag in the third quarter because they were up 17-3 and our offense is looking terrible, but the Eagles, I don't know what to say, they choked. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy. The Broncos definitely played their tails off. They deserve to win, but dang, Eagles, I thought for sure they were going to win this game, and they just couldn't close the deal, and the Broncos are sitting at 3-2, and it's looking really good as a Broncos fan. All right, next up we have the Titans shocking the Cardinals and getting their first win, 22-21, and Titans, I mean, you guys won, but you guys still didn't even play that good. I mean that in the nicest way possible, but this game was more the Cardinals losing than you winning, but you know what? A win's a win. You'll take it. And now to the Cardinals, like, how did you lose this game? You guys were up 21-6. You guys could have been up 28-6, but then whatever the running back's name is, I'm not going to try to pronounce it, he fumbled at the goal line, which has been a big trend these past few years. And not only that, when the Titans got the ball back, they were down by 9. They threw a pick, which you think would seal the game, but then the Cardinals guy fumbled the pick into the end zone, and it was caught by the Titans. The Titans got the fumble in the end zone and got a Mickey Mouse touchdown if I've ever seen one. And then they ended up getting the ball back again and kicking a game-winning field goal. Cardinals, I don't know what to say. This was one of the worst choke jobs I've ever seen. All right, next up we have the Bucks beating the Seahawks 38-35, and the curse wheel is real. If you know, you know. And all jokes aside, I mean, the Seahawks still played a damn good game. I mean, I'm not going to fault them too much for losing this game. It's just the Bucks. They played really good, considering that Bucky Irving and Mike Evans weren't playing, and they still won this game in a shootout of all things, considering how limited their offense was because of those injuries. I mean, this team's dangerous. Just wait until those guys come back. I think the Bucks are honestly one of the best teams in the NFL. But honestly, Seahawks, I mean, you lost, but this is probably one of the best losses that I've ever seen out of you guys. So you know what? I'm not going to be too hard on you guys. I mean, you lost, but honestly, you guys are a really good team in my opinion. All right, next up, we have the Lions beating the Bengals 37-24, and let's be honest, the score looked a lot prettier than the actual result. This game was over before it even started, if we're being real, because no Joe Burrow means the Bengals don't stand a chance in this game. And to tell you the truth, the Lions, I mean, don't get me wrong, they still played good, but they were surprisingly underwhelming. I mean, 37 points is great, but I honestly thought they were going to put up like 50, considering how bad the Bengals defense is. But you know what? That's still really good that they were able to take care of a team that they should have taken care of. And as for the Bengals, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, the Jake Browning days are over, because as I was making this video today, it was announced that the Bengals signed Joe Flacco, so we'll see if he can keep the ship afloat, and hopefully Joe Burrow can come back and maybe go on a run, but I don't know. That defense, I think, is really going to limit them. All right, next up, we have the Commanders beating the Chargers 27-10. And this one was pretty shocking. I thought for sure the Chargers are going to win just because of how banged up the Commanders' offense is. Terry McLaurin's still injured. Jaden Daniels was still a little banged up in this game, but it didn't matter. They took care of the Chargers pretty handedly, honestly. I mean, they didn't look very close, and once the Commanders took the lead, I mean, it was all Commanders from there. And as for the Chargers, the first thing I will say is I will acknowledge that the offensive line for the Chargers this game was very banged up because Joe Alt was injured and Rashawn Slater is out for the season. So I will acknowledge that, but like you guys still, like it's the Commanders defense, and not to diss the Commanders, but they don't exactly have the greatest defense. I don't think that should have played as much of a factor as it did. And to make things worse, when I was making this video, a few days before I made this video, the Chargers announced that Amarian Hampton, their running back, is going to be out for at least the next 4 weeks. So that's definitely unfortunate, but we'll see if the Chargers can get back on track. All right, and on Sunday Night Football, you had the Patriots handing the Bills their first loss of the season. So that officially means there's no more undefeated teams. And the Patriots and Drake May, I think they found their guy. I think Drake May has an unbelievable talent. I mean, he still has some things to work out, but I mean, credit to him. That last drive where he was like throwing while going down and they got the first down where it looked like he was going to get sacked, that was insane. And I think it's going to be more good for him. I think he's a great player, and I think the Patriots finally found their guy. As for the Bills, I mean, they didn't play great in this game. They certainly didn't play awful because they were in the game, but I think this one was kind of one that you probably should have won. I mean, you were at home against the Patriots, who are a good team, but not on the level of the Bills. So, but they had a lot of penalties. They had turnovers that they shouldn't have, so it happens, but you know what? They'll pick up the pieces and keep on going from there. And ending the week, we have the Jags actually shocking the Chiefs and winning on Monday Night Football. And I don't know what to say about the Chiefs. I mean, they just don't look the same. And I mean, I did expect them to take a step back considering they went 15-2 and won every damn game last year. But I didn't expect this. I thought they would still beat teams like the Jags. I mean, not that the Jags are bad, but it's like you would expect the old Chiefs to win this game, and they just couldn't do it. As for the Jags, I mean, you know what? You guys are 4-1. Congratulations. And I don't love Trevor Lawrence, but you know what? He's getting the job done. I'm not going to sit here and trash Trevor Lawrence. I mean, his team's 4-1, so he's doing enough, and we'll see if he can pick it up when it gets later in the season, because I think that would be important for him to do that. But the Jags, they're tied for first place in all of the NFL, so congratulations to them. And the Chiefs, you guys had this coming. Fuck you. I'm so glad you're bad, but that's going to do it for this video. For the Week 5 record, I went an abysmal 6-8. There were just so many upsets this week that I just did not think were going to happen. And that puts my current record at 51, 26-1. So, you know what? It was a good week of football. It was certainly nerve-wracking. It was certainly unexpected. It was certainly fun. I mean, hopefully next week can top this week, but we'll see. And I'll have my predictions out on Thursday, and I will see you guys in the next video.